Buckets, I don't like this day or tomorrow for that instance. You know why?
No, tell me why.
I'm going to remind the loyal listeners out there, it's tax day. And it's never a good feeling around tax day in the Joy household. So I'm going to be in an angry mood all day long. And the kids who are really looking forward to Legoland don't know that I'm going to be in an angry mood all day long going to Legoland because it's fucking tax day. Not really looking forward to it, but regardless, it's great to see you. How you doing, buddy?
It's great to see you. I'm a little bit worse off now that you've told me it's tax day. But that's fine. We'll get through this together like we always do. I hear you're going to Legoland. Just a reminder to everyone out there, you are not allowed at Legoland unless if you have a child with you. So make sure you plan accordingly. Besides that, Ian, I'm doing all right today.
Not just any child. Make sure it's a child you know, right?
Right.
A reminder to everybody out there, producer Jeff has been working on that magic. The Stoppage Time newsletter on fcstoppagetime.com has been a great hit with so many people out there. There's a lot of lazy people out there, Buckets, who simply don't like to watch the full show. So what they're looking for is the bets. And it's our man Gunnarsson once again. He's looking for the bets. So we created a newsletter for Mr. Gunnarsson. And it's been a tremendous success. We're way over 500 subscribers now. I have no idea what the number actually is. So I'm just giving you the last number that I heard. And that was a few days ago, 500 plus numbers. So we're chasing 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the season. But it's pretty good. It's one of our best products we've produced so far. You get all of your bets direct to your inbox. You get all of the previews and the reviews that me and Buckets do out here on YouTube. And some of them are not even full shows. They're just the shorts that go up there as well in preview to the game. It's been kind of fun, Buckets. I went back and looked at the last newsletter that producer Jeff's dropped. And it was amazing. I was so proud reading it, thinking it, fucking hell, Buckets. We've come a long way, me, you, and producer Jeff.
We really have, man. I mean, I was looking back at the email that was sent out Saturday night, actually, that just said, hey, if you want 10 bets for Sunday and you don't want to watch the show, here you go. It's in your email. It's in your inbox. Everybody gets access to this. I don't know why people wouldn't subscribe. I mean, regardless of how the bets do, this information is so easy to get, and you're not going to get information like this on any other platform. So I really encourage people to sign up at fcstoppagetime.com. Jeff, go ahead and make it flash there while I'm doing this. Hopefully he did that or else I'm going to look like an idiot, but that's fine, Ian.
Yeah, sign up while you have the opportunity. Of course, it's free right now as well, so please enjoy it as long as we can keep it free. Champions League second leg special today for everybody out there. It's rapid betting for everyone. This show is really special for the betting lovers out there because we pretty much go through the bets in 60 seconds or less. Every single game will be tackled between the Champions League and the Europa League by myself and Buckets in rapid fashion. Buckets has pre-produced his picks. He sent them over to producer Jeff. I have no idea what those picks are. I critique them best I possibly can, and if I see some information that I want to provide around it, I will do exactly that. So let's give you an update as to where we're at right now in the Champions League. It's the second legs, and the bracket's looking pretty sexy right now, by the way. This is amazing to me because realistically, the Final Four could be real special. In the first leg, of course, Arsenal had a 3-0 advantage over Real Madrid. They've now got to go to the Bernabeu and hold on there, which will be very interesting. Of course, that one is taking place on Wednesday. On Tuesday, it's Aston Villa against Paris. Paris Saint-Germain have a 3-1 advantage. Scored a late goal to make it 3-1 in their game from the first leg. Borussia Dortmund are essentially out, getting smashed 4-0 against Barcelona. Barcelona on the road for the second leg. But it's tough, you know. You're playing in front of the yellow wall. I'm sure Lewandowski and Hansi Flick are really scared about the yellow wall right now. Probably be another 4-0 there. Inter Milan and Bayern Munich is quite a tasty affair because Bayern Munich lost the home leg 2-1 and now got to go to Milan and play Inter and chase 2 goals. Here's the fixtures, of course, on Tuesday. Buckets, which one are you looking forward to the most? Which one has the biggest story behind it?
I'm looking forward to this damn Bayern Munich matchup. They really needed to do something more at home at Allianz Arena. Now they have to travel to San Siro and play in Milan, which is a brutal place to play. I think they still could make it through, but they got to have one hell of a game to make that happen.
I'm looking forward to that Real Madrid-Arsenal game because Arsenal are 3-0 up. And even at 3-0 up, everyone's sitting there saying, yeah, but it's Real Madrid. They can come back from 3 goals, right? If they get a goal in the first 10 minutes, it's going to be a game on. Did you see this weekend Kylian Mbappe getting sent off for a ridiculous red card?
Yeah, absolutely. He should be pissed off in this UCL game. That'll be good for them.
Pissed off. Let's hope he's not pissed off. He almost broke the dude's leg, man. The dude looked like he was pissed off already going into the challenge.
Yeah.
Shocking red card from him. It's so aggressive. It's so angry. It's ridiculous to see a challenge like that. And he might get a 4 or 5, 6 game suspension for a challenge like that because it looked like he did it on purpose. And if he does that, he will miss the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona. Things going from bad to worse for Real Madrid. But can they come back in this game? That's the big question. So who's going to win it all? Real Madrid, unfortunately, have dropped down. Buckets, they're currently sitting at plus 2,000. PSG and Barcelona favorites. Your thoughts?
You know what I would do if I was a smart... I am a smart sports bettor here. What I would do, Ian, is I would put a sprinkle on the Real Madrid future at plus 2,000, and then I would wait to see if they go up early, because if that game is 2-0 at halftime, you will have a tremendous cash-out offer for that wager, because the odds at that point will have moved closer to that plus 500, plus 600 range. So that's something that I don't hate putting a sprinkle on. Besides that, the same team I've always been on, Barcelona, have looked too good for anyone to stop, so that's where I'm keeping my money.
Clarify a sprinkle. Are we talking like half a unit?
I'm saying put less than a unit for sure, somewhere between a quarter unit to a half unit on that at plus 2,000. Try to see how that first half looks. If they're down 1-0 at halftime, that's all right. It was only half a unit, nothing big, but a chance to make some real money there.
If you're up, you have a chance to win 2 or 3 and might be able to cash out live on that one as well. Top goal scorers, let's have a look at the list right now. Rafinha leading the way with 12 goals. Barcelona flying with Lewandowski, 1 goal behind them. Can you imagine the locker room there just like having a laugh? Like, we're chasing the golden boot between the two of us here. Because normally that's never the case. Normally it's one club against another club. But here's how the odds look right now. Rafinha minus 125 to win it. Wow. Lewandowski plus 150 for Lewandowski. He plays in the same team as Rafinha. And in my opinion, like, if you look at the goals, he scores more goals than Rafinha. Like, absolutely he has to be a favorite right now. So I like the plus 150. What's your thoughts there?
I love the plus 150. I also think that Barcelona, and we'll talk about this in a bit, are still going to score 2 or 3 on Dortmund in the second leg. And Lewandowski is expected to start in that fixture, even though they are up. Not a ton of rotation expected out of Hansi Flick. I love the plus 150 because I do think in the end, Lewandowski is going to win this.
So we were talking earlier on about maybe putting half a unit on, Real Madrid going through and advancing to the final. Obviously, it would be wonderful to see them win it. What are the odds to reach the final for Real Madrid? Plus 1,200 just to reach the final. This is the record champion, by the way. Plus 1,200, the 3-0 down. I get it. I know. But it's just, how can you look away from that, Bucket?
You really can't. I mean, I know that they're down. That's the thing, is them just to beat Arsenal right now, to qualify past Arsenal, is plus 550. So there's a gap here in the numbers that we're looking at. I love a sprinkle here too. I know they're up 3-0, Arsenal, but that's not enough to stop Real Madrid on their best day, at least.
Arsenal, I'm going to throw it out there. Plus 120 for Arsenal. They have a 3-0 advantage. They're going into the second leg. Yes, it's the Bernabeu, and we've talking about long shots here. But Arsenal do have a 3-0 advantage. So to get plus numbers just to reach the final for Arsenal, that's pretty good as well, Bucket.
It's pretty good until you realize they're probably going to have to play a rampaging Paris Saint-Germain after this leg. If they do get past Real Madrid, I don't think anyone's stopping PSG. I don't think anyone's stopping Barcelona right now. I'm not playing it plus 120, but I do see the value there.
Barcelona PSG final for Buckets. We all know where you're sitting right about now. All right, it wouldn't be an episode of Stoppage Time if we didn't get you some wagers from our betting expert. That is, of course, the blonde bombshell, the betting unicorn, John Buckets. Buckets, let's get into it. It's the Champions League playoffs. 4 games, 4 best bets. You got 60 seconds to hit each bet. This goes pretty quickly before we move to the next one. So you cannot hide this week once again. I'm looking for some best wagers from you. We are going to begin as soon as producer Jeff fixes his flat tire that he unfortunately got this morning and starts the goddamn clock, because we're looking at Borussia Dortmund against Barcelona. Where are you going, Buckets?
I am doing my least favorite bet on the planet for this fixture because there's just not enough value anywhere else. Dortmund are down 4-0 in aggregate scoring. They floundered and flopped in that first leg. They missed so many chances, and now they're pretty much donezo. I don't think they're going to be motivated at all in the second leg because there's still a chance they can qualify for Champions League through Bundesliga play. So let's switch our focus to Bundesliga and really try to turn it on in the last few months there. I'm going with Barcelona money line, minus 110. Their team total is minus 190. That's too juicy for me. Didn't love the player looks. I'm just keeping the money line. I think they win this, and again, 2-0, 3-0, 1-0, or 3-1, something like that.
You know, we were talking about the Golden Boot race, and I said to you, I think Lewandowski's going to win it. I think Lewandowski going to his former club is going to score a couple of goals in this game. So therefore, I'm leaning at Lewandowski once again, same bet as the first leg, 2+ shots on target, currently sitting at plus 120. Yes, please. Aston Villa against Paris Saint-Germain. PSG obviously have the advantage by 3-1 in this game. Buckets, where you going?
PSG are just so damn scary right now, Ian. I think that the fact they're up 3-1 is not enough for them. I'm expecting them to come out going for goals and ripping Aston Villa to pieces on the counterattack in the second leg. But Aston Villa have to make something happen. They have to overcome a 2-goal deficit. So they're going to be pressing forward. They're going to be looking for options, which is going to make them vulnerable to the counterattack of PSG. I see a very similar scoreline and a very similar second leg as we did the first leg. Going with both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at minus 110, I am expecting fireworks at Villa Park.
Buckets, if I was to say to you, both teams to score, no draw is currently sitting at plus 120, which bet would you prefer?
I got to stick with mine because I can't back down now, but I really do like that look as well.
I'm with you. I think this is going to be a similar result. I'm actually favoring Ollie Watkins for getting a goal in this game, but PSG still to win the game. They're just too good. So PSG to go through and win by 3-1. Let's go to the big one. Arsenal, 3-0 advantage, traveling to the Bernabeu against Real Madrid, the mighty Real Madrid. Where are you going, John Bucketzheimer?
I am going for chaos. I am going for action. I'm going for who the hell knows what's going to happen in this matchup. Arsenal will be parking the bus from the first whistle, 11 men back in the box, holding on for dear life like they're in a roller coaster right now. But when I'm looking for money, when I'm looking for a wager, I'm looking at Kylian Mbappe, who this could be his last game for the next couple of months after that red card, to make something happen for Real Madrid, to give them a reason to fight for, and maybe an apology for that ridiculous red card in League One action. I'm going for Kylian Mbappe anytime goal score. Ian, it's plus or minus 110. That's always worth a play for me.
It's plus 425 for Kylian Mbappe to get 2+ goals in this game. This is ridiculous. The guy just got sent off this weekend. He's clearly getting picked on by the media right now. Everybody's frustrated. Watch out. When you anger Kylian Mbappe, that's when he explodes. I love that bet, Buckets. Let's go to the big one. Unfortunately, I hate to say it to you. Bayern Munich losing against Inter Milan from the first leg. They've got a bit of a mountain to climb in Milan against Inter. Where are you going?
I am going for heartbreak. I'm going for sadness as a Bayern Munich fan. I do not know if Bayern Munich can get this done at San Siro, but if they are to get it done, one player needs to show up. That is Harry Kane. Bayern Munich spent all this money to get this wonderful striker from Tottenham. It's time for him to show up in matches like this. Find some goals, find some shots, find anything, Ian. I don't know if they're good enough to score against Inter at home right now, but Kane is sure as hell going to be trying. Harry Kane, 2 shots on target or more is plus 100. Even money, he's got to make something happen here, right?
He does have to make something happen, but this Inter defense is ridiculous. They don't concede many goals. I think they've only conceded 3 goals throughout the whole tournament so far. So that's why I'm leaning on the first half money line at plus 130. Buckets, does this one have a chance?
I hope so.
Interesting. I'm taking it. There you have it, Buckets. Another Champions League in the books. The second legs, quarterfinals, already done. You want to do some more?
Let's do some more.
Let's go to the Europa League, baby. Europa League right now. Have a look at the bracket. Tottenham and Frankfurt is level at 1 from the first leg. Lazio against Bodo Glimt. Lazio right now. I got a question from a good friend of mine, Marco Messina, who works with me at CBS Sports Galazzo Network. And he said to me, Ian, if you were to give a percentage on Lazio qualifying through to the next round, what would that percentage be? I gave him an answer. But Buckets, what would your percentage be of Lazio making it through to the next round? They're 2-0 down against Bodo Glimt.
You got to be out of your mind to go against this incredible Norway Eliteserien Bodo Glimt side. I'm giving Lazio a 10% chance, Ian. I don't think they get it done.
Wow, 10% chance. They're at
10%.
home in the second leg.
Doesn't matter. Bodo's that good right now.
Wow. Well, you are the betting expert for a reason. Athletic Club will play against Glasgow Rangers. Please, reminder to everybody, the final is in San Mamés. It's in Bilbao. The stadium is remarkable. Watch their game this weekend. 0-0 from that game. Rangers were down a player for a long period of that game. Red card in the first half. Manchester United against Lyon also level. So all 4 of these games are going to be mouth-watering to watch. Really excellent. I will, of course, be on CBS Sports Galazzo Network post-game, so you can enjoy my coverage on my show Scoreline. I'll be alongside Adam Hunt for that. Really looking forward to the coverage because the Europa League is teed up perfectly right now. So, Buckets, the futures don't lie. The favorite is potentially going to be the host in the final. Athletic Club Bilbao plus 250. No Man United, no Eintracht Frankfurt, no Tottenham. Bilbao are favorites.
No Bodo Glimt at plus 1600. Where's the respect for Norway? What I will say is that Athletic Club does have that home field advantage that we've talked about so much. And I'm a little disappointed with how they handled that first leg against Rangers. And also, I think they'll be very disappointed in themselves. So I am expecting a big response in the second leg. Bilbao's the favorite for a reason. That's where I'm putting my money. Stay away from the EPL teams. Don't fall for that trap.
So 4 games, 4 bets. You got 60 seconds to hit each game. Obviously, we just went through the bracket, how things sit right now. So you ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, let's start the clock. We're going to Rome. Lazio against Buckets' favorite, Bodo Glimt.
Now, I know that I said Lazio has a 10% chance of qualifying, and I stand by that. But I will say Lazio probably has a 95% chance of at least scoring a goal in the second leg. Down 2-0, and in the first leg, frankly, they deserved to lose. They looked terrible compared to Bodo Glimt. They looked like the worst team. They only had a single shot compared to Bodo Glimt's, or single shot on target compared to Bodo Glimt's 6. They got to turn on the Jets here. I think Lazio score. I think they probably win, but I think it's going to be tricky, Ian. I'm going with both teams to score here. It's minus 110. Bodo will continue to be that frustrating team for any team across Europe.
You got to go over 2.5 team total for Lazio to even get near plus numbers. So the bookies are clearly thinking that Lazio get some goals. And who's going to score those goals? My good friend, Valentin Tati Castellanos, plus 125 anytime goal score. Buckets, you like that?
I love that.
Oh, yes! I reeled him in. Let's go to the big one in Manchester. It's Manchester United who were smashed by Newcastle this weekend 4-1 against Lyon. It's tied 2-2 from the first leg. Buckets, where you going?
I am thinking we get a pretty much exact same second leg that we did to the first leg. When we cashed our ticket on over 2.5 goals in that first leg, I told everyone, when you see Lyon, the only way to bet Lyon is taking the over. They have now hit the over in 6 games across all competitions and is 14 of their last 15 games across all competitions. This team does not play defense. When they played Augsburg over the weekend, it was 0-0 at halftime, and that game ended with 4 goals still. I'm taking both teams to score, and I'm taking over 2.5 goals, Ian, at minus 110.
Do you think Bruno Fernandes does anything in this game if United do play well?
He sure as hell better.
Of course he does. He's the only one who's playing consistently good football right now. Buckets, I'm going to throw this out you. You won't believe the odds on this. Bruno Fernandes, 1+ assist in this game is plus 250.
Oh, all day. Take that all day.
Plus 250. Love it. Athletic Club against Glasgow Rangers. The final is in San Mamés. This game, second leg for the Scots, is in San Mamés as well. So this is where the final will be taking place. Buckets, where you going?
That red card in the first leg by Robin Proper robbed us of a very proper matchup here. I thought that we should have seen a ton of goals and a really, really good matchup. And while we didn't get to see that in the first leg, I do think we see that in the second leg because Bilbao should score at least 2 goals here, if not more. And that is going to force Rangers to attack. I see goals in this matchup from both ends of the pitch, and I see Bilbao winning, going with both teams to score and over 2.5 goals, Ian. But I like the both teams to score and no draw if you want plus 130 action.
I'm going to ladder it for everybody, so bet responsibly on this one. I can't believe what I'm looking at right here. So Oyhan Sancet scored 2 goals at the weekend, came off the bench at halftime to score those 2 goals. If he scores 1 goal, it's plus 140, Sancet. If he scores 2 goals, it's plus 750. If he scores a hat-trick against Rangers, it's plus 4,000. Bet responsibly, but ladder that one. I love that one. Let's go to Germany. Eintracht Frankfurt against Tottenham. This game is level from the first leg. Could go anywhere, but I'm kind of favoring Frankfurt here.
I'm favoring Frankfurt as well. I think Spurs needed to win that home leg because traveling to Frankfurt, from everything I've heard, is not an easy task. Frankfurt, one of those teams that when they play at home, it's a whole different monster. Those supporters drown out the noise. You can't hear anything but the cheers from the German fans here. I love Frankfurt to win this game. I love them to score a couple of goals, but I haven't been impressed enough with Frankfurt defense to go for anything other than the classic same game parlay, Ian. I'm going once again, both teams to score over 2.5 goals at minus 110, expecting Frankfurt to win this one, probably 3-1.
Yeah, it can happen. It's interesting. I'm leaning Frankfurt too as well, but you never know with Spurs and Ange Postecoglou. They need to turn up on the day. Money line's interesting, though. Plus 135 for Eintracht Frankfurt, plus 180 on the money line for Spurs. I'd be leaning a little bit more towards the Eagles. Bet responsibly. There you have it, John Bucket Timer. Well, what I want to do before we get the hell out of here is I want to go through the games real quickly from the Champions League and the Europa League, and I want to get your game scoreline predictions because these have been tremendously successful in our newsletter. Producer Jeff, just mental with the newsletter, getting the odds-on scores prediction correctly if I can get my fucking words out. So let's begin with Aston Villa against PSG. Give me a scoreline prediction.
I'm going for the same score, exact same score, 3-1 PSG.
3-1 Paris Saint-Germain. I like that scoreline. Borussia Dortmund against Barcelona.
It's going to be a boring one. 2-0 Barcelona.
Yeah, Lewandowski. Let's hope you get the 2 shots on target right there. I'm going to go 2-1 Barcelona, potentially 3-1 Barcelona. Far too good. Inter against Bayern Munich. I'm going for a cheeky result here. I'm going 0-0.
I don't hate it. I was going for 1-0 Inter. I just don't think Bayern can score at San Siro right now.
Real Madrid against Arsenal. Do they have the comeback in them buckets? What you got?
I think they get the 3 goals, but it's still not going to be enough. 3-1 Real Madrid.
So you say Arsenal need to go for a goal?
I think they'll have to eventually, yep.
I think Arsenal, you're going to see a defensive masterclass. They're still going to concede a goal and it's going to get interesting, but I don't think Real Madrid score more than 2. So I'm going to go for Real Madrid to win by 2-1. I do think with you that Arsenal get a goal in this game. They got too much quality. In the Europa League, obviously some of the games are quite enticing and exciting. I'm going to go with Eintracht Frankfurt against Tottenham. I'm going to go with Frankfurt getting the victory just by 2-1.
I'm doing the exact same score, 2-1 Frankfurt.
Lazio, sorry, Buckets, 4 goals against Bodo Glimt.
Do Bodo Glimt score, though? Or is that 4-0?
No, I'm going to give you the Bodo Glimt goal. I mean, they could score the first goal here. So I'm going to go a safer bet. I'll say 3 goals or 4 goals for Lazio against Bodo Glimt's 1 goal. And I think Bodo go out.
I'm going 2-1 Lazio. They win the second leg, but not enough to win the tie.
Nice. Rangers away to Athletic Club.
I think this is going to be a crazy one. I'm looking at like a 4-1 potentially for Bilbao.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one as well. I think Sancet, watch that bet, man. I'm telling you, I'm throwing it out there. It's a wild one, but Sancet's a dangerous player. Obviously, you got the Williams brothers who can be so successful there as well. But I think this one's going to be. I watched Rangers this weekend against Aberdeen. They were shit. I think this one's going to be a bit of a nightmare. I'm going for 4-2 in this game. Rangers get a couple of goals, but Athletic Club score 4. Manchester United get the victory against Lyon. It's going to be close. I'm going to say 2-1.
I'm going 2-2. This will go to extra time. This will go to penalties. This will go to whatever it needs to go to get to that final straw. Not enough to separate these guys.
Buckets, you legend. We love you. Thanks for all the great work. There you have it, everybody, the loyal listeners. It's been another episode of Stoppage Time. Make sure you go and sign up on fcstoppagetime.com. Get the newsletter delivered directly into your inbox. Producer Jeff is working his magic. He's brilliant at it. It's an amazing piece of art from him. Of course, he is available for hire, so please feel free to reach out to us. You can see where you need to contact us if you're looking for a producer with, Emmy Award-winning talent. He's brilliant behind the scenes for us, and of course he's always making things so different for us and continue to push us in the right direction. We're so thankful for him, Buckets, and all the great work that he does.
Absolutely. No, just ditto to everything Ian said. If you need any work done, whether it is something major, a big project, or you're trying to start your own YouTube channel and you need some help from the best around, email is right there, I believe. Go check him out.
Yeah. You know, another thing he said to us is that actually, CBS Sports Golazo Network is doing a great job of obviously promoting the show and Scoreline in particular, but the network in particular. You can get it available on Pluto TV for free, which I didn't know. Obviously, it's out there, but anytime you've got a Pluto TV, you can get CBS Sports Golazo Network. You hear me and Buckets talk about all the time. Buckets is on HQ, so wherever you find CBS Sports Golazo Network, you can find CBS Sports HQ available as well. Me and Buckets also available on YouTube. You can catch some of our clips and our shows up there as well, but the newsletter's where it's at for us as well, right here on Stoppage Time. So make sure you go, and everybody out there, please bet responsibly this week, because these second legs, like we've seen in the first leg, anything can happen. So bet responsibly, have fun, enjoy the games, and make sure you absolutely have it!
Stoppage time.